So, you know, I'd like you to know a few things about me. I'm full of my own imperfections. You know, I have a somewhat rough past. I'm not heterosexual. I'm moody sometimes. I work my butt off, and I'm the least likely person to insist upon an ultimate goodness in people. But I walk in constant prayer and thanks for all my blessings. I know I'm so blessed, it could be so much worse, no matter what. And I hope that we humans can find some level of grace through this work that I'm asking you to join me in. And trust this, I work to be the best son of God on earth, the best father to my son and future child, the best big brother to all our youth in GPRC's youth program, and also I want to be the best fellow soldier and maybe even friend to all of you. Our t-shirts even say friends are temporary. You know, the media, I want to clear something. The media is always trying to say I was a crackhead or a gang member. That wasn't the case. I don't know where they got from. My biggest challenge was actually dealing with extremely severe depression, hopelessness, anger, coupled with some head injuries that I had. So when I was a little kid, I cracked my head open, and ever since then I've regularly gone into what I call the shadow world, the other side. My head just shuts down. You know, so far I've always come back, but in the shadow world, I have seen this world here, our earth right here, as it really is. Only it's sometime in the far distant future, and it is a place of shimmering health where everything is alive and whispering with life, and no spirits are broken or smashed. And all I can ask is if you ever struggled or suffered or experienced pain in some way, I hope you will endeavor to cause less pain. In doing so, you will help us open the door to that future. There are 5 things that you can do right now. I'd love for you to join the movement. You can go to our website, www.gprc.org. You can donate. We need your support. We have to run it. We even have it set up to where online you can become a monthly member, and you can stay tuned in through like an internet network that we're building. I'm asking you to tell 10 people about Great Plains Restoration Council. Another thing you can do is, if you will, this book took me 8 years to write. I didn't write it for myself, I already lived it. I'd ask if you will buy this book and come on this journey with me, because then you will see that you'll realize how deep you can go and that how exhilarating your new life can be. Another thing that you can do is volunteer. However possible, and I want you to help us educate children, because without education and awareness, we're really not going to build any future at all. And then the last thing that is really simple, I would ask, for many reasons, to eat less meat. Or maybe you can become vegetarian. You say, oh, well, he's crazy about that. But there is a reason why I'm a vegan athlete, and I have found that by keeping my body cleaner, my intestines clean, even fasting sometimes, I again get to that internal silence and strength in the midst of a really violent and chaotic world. And also, if you're eating death and pain and suffering and pollution of factory farms, do we not in some way become that? And that's all a step. There's no didactic thing that I'm telling you to do, but part of the journey is going to seek to become cleaner and stronger. And I can guarantee you, you will reach a life and extrasensory perception that you did not even realize was possible. And if you will do some of these things and come on this journey with me, I will help you become the healthiest and most powerful you can be. And our vision is a network of, ultimately, of protected wildlands across Texas, leading from Houston up through Brongy Creek, up through Fort Worth Prairie, up through Oklahoma, and to Colorado beyond. It might take 100 years, it might take 50. Also, we want youth interaction, intensive leadership development programs in many different communities, and we want this ecological health education, which will not let these problems happen anymore, be established nationwide. The last night I was out there on the blasted plains of southeastern Colorado, I decided to go back out again after I ate. You know, it was so dark, no moon, and so far from any lights that I was literally able to walk 3 miles by the light of Jupiter and the Milky Way. I mean, Jupiter is not even a star. And it was still very rough. There were nights out there when I couldn't sleep, and it was so wretched landscape. I would try to sleep outside or I'd sleep inside, and it was, again, whenever you're walking out there, it's like the land is writhing. It's almost like spirit is pulling at you, dragging at your throat. There is so much pain out there. Yet there's this juxtaposition, this contrast of something like, there's this incredible otherworldly beauty. You're laying on the ground and you feel like all this pain writhing over you around your ankles. And when you're out there walking, and then the wind comes and blows, and the wind keeps you company because the wind is all that's left alive out there. The wind just blew and blew. And I knew at that moment how really alone I was, yet how much company I still had, because there are people like yourselves who still care and believe in a fierce and powerful and vital future. Aside from a few areas like our beautiful tall grass Fort Worth Prairie Park, the light, the sky, and yourselves is pretty much all we have left. I'd like to just read one small paragraph from my book. God gives us each day, and then it's gone. Day by day we watch our lives pass, letting clutter and noise blot out the quiet unease or subterranean panic that there could have been something more to our lives, or something we could have done better with this day. Something that might have illuminated more of a personal sense of purpose, or a glimpse of God's meaning for us, like sun suddenly sparking through wet. We need to be so incredibly thankful for each day, never be wasteful, and make sure we trade each day for something valued. That something valued is work and never giving up, but really creating that living, breathing future that is only going to happen if we act now with reverence and responsibility. Thank you so much for letting me be here.